Yo, welcome back to ADHD Fabrication. That is a 2.8 liter VR6 out of a 2002 Golf. That is a 1991 Honda Civic. I'm putting that in the back of that. We've already done test fitting, and it looks like everything's gonna clear and it's gonna fit well. We also have began the process of boxing in this structure. If you didn't watch the last video, that's about what we did in it. These plates are not gonna be bolted in. They're just bolted in currently so that I can build off of them. In this video, we should be able to get this boxed in. Then I think what we're gonna try to do is start bending our roll bar for across the top. If you've been liking this content and you wanna see this succeed, please give me more watch time in whatever way you deem necessary. I know everybody can't watch every video, but maybe think about putting on one of my playlists on your computer that's in the back room or something. I appreciate it. Let's get to it.
Monkey.
Okie dokie pokies. I've been a little bit spotty on what footage I've been getting. You just saw me build this thingy. I have just kind of been getting this designed and built out as I can, and throwing the camera on when it's convenient to me, because I'm trying to make sure that I use a little bit of brain power here and not end up having something that's a piece of shit. So we've got this side tacked in. I am gonna go cut this plate out and start working on bending it around just like I did here. I'm gonna start working on this plate. We'll get that put in over here, and then from there we need to do some more reinforcing and, you know, weld all of this sheet metal together. Every one of these seams, I'm gonna go through and weld those. I've got most of it all welded here, and on this side I've got this top side welded. I need to do this seam, and then there was a seam underneath here and underneath here that I already went through and zapped together. The whole point of that is that they essentially do spot welds. So there's welds in a couple of spots, you know, it's probably 3 inches apart, and they spot weld it together by getting it really hot, and it melds it together. And then they use seam sealer, which is this stuff here. Essentially it's just caulking, and they lather it on, and then they take their hands and put it where it needs to go to cover the seam, to seal the seam. Henceforth why it's called seam sealer. So I figured everywhere where this is attached, I should probably go ahead and weld the seams completely together so that it's all one piece of metal instead of it just having tiny little tack welds along the whole edge of it. I cleaned up this whole top area here. I put a nice bevel in between this plate and got it welded in, and then rounded it all off, made it smooth to make it look nice. I don't know to what extent I'm gonna do the rest of this stuff. We'll see. This will pretty much never get seen by anybody but you and me when I pull the engine out to do work. So, congratulations. My main goal for this video, aside from blowing up and acting like I don't know nobody, is getting my bar, my main hoop bar, bent and welded up to these platforms. So, let's get that one completely welded up and done. Let's get back to the madness. Just ran out of welding wire. This thing wasn't completely full. It was only about a quarter of a roll, but I ran it out already. Let's go grab some more from Harbor Freight. We got all the welds done on the landings here. They look primo, perfect instant gram welds, every single one of them. We have those to a point where I can start building off of them, and I really would like to build this hoop bar because I've been super nervous to do so. I've never built one, and I'm using a Harbor Freight pipe bender to bend this tubing for this roll cage, which is notorious for having issues. So I guess I'm just nervous. I'm gonna waste money on material and time on bending stuff. But we'll get it figured out because I am a firm believer in fucking with the dick you've got. So in the spirit of that, we're gonna be using the Harbor Freight pipe bender to bend this entire rear tube frame, everything back here. That being said, if anybody watching this knows anybody at, you know, like Rogue Fab or something, and they want to sponsor a really cool bender, I will use it. But at this point, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty nuts, butts, and coconuts of this thing. Start taking measurements and just start bending, because there's only so much you can do without knowing what the fuck you're doing. So let's get to it, I guess. Okay, well, I made a test bend. This was my first one. It kinked. I just went until it kinked. I wanted to see how bad it was. And then this was my next piece where I went in, I did a center mark, and then I did 1-inch increments coming down. And that one I kinked as well, but that's because I was trying to find my limits and how many pumps I could do with this thin of wall material. And then what you just saw me do was bend the hoop bar, and I almost nailed it, but I didn't in like 4 different ways. Let me show you how. Okay, so the first mistake that I made was I overbent this angle right here, which when I came in and I set this down and I was looking at it and I got it kind of lined up with the roof and lined up with that angle, I was like, okay, that's actually not that bad. I'll just match it on the other side. Well, the issue with that was on this one, I did a center bend at 10 pumps. I did a 2-inch bend, 2 inches off bend at 10 pumps. I did a 2 inches off bend at 10 pumps. And then I went in to the 1-inch mark from center, and I only did 5 pumps, I'm pretty sure. Well, when I went to match it on this other side, I did my center, my 2-inch, my 2-inch, and then went to my 1-inch, and I pumped 10 times instead of pumping 5 like I did on this side. So this was the side that I misbent at first that I probably would have been able to get away with. I'm actually probably gonna mimic this on the next one that I build. A little bit less than that would be perfect probably. And then this side got our bend and then our offset, and you can even tell that that one's way more crooked. So I screwed that up. That's not gonna work. You'll notice that this does not fit. The bar itself is a little bit too long on the top, or my bends are a little bit longer than I equated for, is also quite possible. The corner of my radiuses, the corner of my bends are about where I wanted them. So realistically, the 60 degrees that I went with up here, roughly, could be made more, and I could make that into a 65 or so degree bend, and it would be able to fit in here, but that would further exaggerate the offset that I've got going on both of the bottoms. I'm pretty much just gonna start again. It was my first iteration, so it wasn't the prettiest, so I know I can do a little bit better on my next one at the very least. Make sure that the next one actually fits, and then we'll be in the money. I think I'm gonna go dig some dirt up off my property, cap an end, and we're probably gonna try the sand method where I try to just pack it completely full of sand, cap both ends, and then see if we can bend it that way. I've seen people saying that that works well for them, so let's give it a shot. For some reason I have more hope for this now, after filling up the pipe with sand, than I did before. I don't really know why, but I think this might work. Packed full of sand all the way up to the end here. Weld it up, and we'll start bending and see what it does.
I'm colorblind. Big wheels in the front, they some big toys. 2025 is the year of the it boy. Got a little money, yeah, got a little Bitcoin. She making me real coy. Never stoop too low, I don't sip Dunkin'. Quite nice top, I ain't talking no muffin. On a first date, say trauma dumping. Blah, 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 like something. 1 pump, 2 pump, 3 pump. Way she working that shit, she left me comatose. 3 plus 6 is 9, this baby ain't talking about tic-tac-toe. She a little freak, I guess I'm an animal. E-I-E-I, two-stepping like Cotton Eye Joe. Still on that 1-800, hit me up for a good time. My shit bonds till it push me out of line. You can't spell my name without the dollar sign. Rainbow money, take whatever, yes, I'm colorblind. It's that 1-800, hit my line. Let me 1-800 blow your mind. Yeah, dick real deadly, do little damage. Got like 20 children, they cannon. Fuck unsexy, snap like sandwich. Hit a double threesome, ride a tandem. Got good DNA, shawty thick, got TNA. I'm making moves, no POA. Ain't busting quick, no ETA. It's either she or maybe her. I cannot pick. I got that roly-poly-oly. It go tick. I'm at the Nino playing blackjack, always hit. If baby's broke, he's only doing it for that bit. Still on that 1-800, hit me up for a good time.
There's a few glaring issues with our bender and our tubing and our roll bar, but that's why we're no longer going to think of it as a roll cage, and now we're going to think of it as an elaborate motor mount. The added rigidity of the roof is just a plus. I'm nothing without my mistakes to teach me, and the kinks that are in here have taught me that I need to get a better bender before I'm building any roll cages. This bender is specifically for pipe, which I knew, but with my budget currently, unless somebody wants to sponsor me and I'll rip all this stuff back out of here and rebuild it, this is what we're using.
You can't spell my name without the dollar sign. Rainbow money, take whatever, yes, I'm colorblind. It's that 1-800, hit my line. Let me 1-800 blow your mind.
That is exciting because that means we can start building our bars to tube the rear end here and get our motor mounts in and get this VR6 in and then drive it. I'm excited. I'm very excited. All I did was put a root in where I beveled it. As far as this, it's not fully welded in yet. I just figured in case anything happens and I need to change something, I'm not gonna fully weld that yet. But it is Monday at 6 o'clock at night, and I want to try to have this video out tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed watching me stack dimes and build beautiful Instagram welds and do all the perfect stuff that I did. There wasn't a single thing that was messed up. My roll cage definitely doesn't have any kinks in it, and I mean, sorry, motor mount. This isn't a roll cage. So that's the end of that one. We're almost there, kind of. We still have a lot of work, but like we're way closer to putting this 2.8 liter VR6 in the back of this 1991 Honda Civic, making a mid-engine rear-wheel drive Honda Civic called the Volkswonda, that one. I can't even say the damn name. If you're liking this content, please like, subscribe, share, watch all my other videos. I really need watch time. please share me with friends that would also enjoy this build. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the things. I need watch time in order to apply for sponsors. If I could apply for sponsors, that would really help me make better content, because I'm already broke, so putting money into something that doesn't make me money kind of doesn't make sense at the moment. But if I had a budget and could get a hold of sponsors and could get things like a nice tubing bender, then my whole roll cage would be perfect, and I wouldn't be bending it with a pipe bender, not a tubing bender. Again, if anybody knows anybody at Rogue Fab, I'll send an email. Just comment or something. Get a hold of me. Say hello to your dog for me. And remember, don't let your meat loaf.
Still on that one.